Coach Moore is accused of bullying, intimidation, and harassment against students and staff at the high school. 13 Investigates has learned the investigation has been going on for several months, and the allegations, some of them date back several years. Sources close to the investigation tell us this is not an isolated incident, and it's not just about a coach trying to toughen up his players.
Center Grove, thank you very much.
He's a legendary coach who's led Center Grove High School to regional and state championships. Eric Moore has more than 200 career victories on the football field. But tonight, his behavior away from the big crowds is what Center Grove is investigating, after numerous parents have come forward to accuse the coach of abusive behavior, both on and off the field.
Action item.
Center Grove Superintendent Rich Arkanoff is not willing to publicly discuss the allegations just yet, but he has confirmed for 13 Investigates claims against Coach Moore allege he was abusing his authority as a coach by being verbally abusive toward his players. And the superintendent says Center Grove has retained an outside independent investigator to conduct an investigation. That investigator has interviewed parents, students, and school staff for weeks. Eyewitness News has spoken to some of those people. At this point, none of them is willing to talk on camera because they are afraid of repercussions. But all of them shared essentially the same story, accusing the coach of engaging in bullying and threats, derogatory slurs, and vulgar, demeaning language aimed at students. Speaking about Coach Moore, a staff member told 13 Investigates, "I can't go to school and call a kid a or a fat and keep my job. I'd be fired on the spot. I don't know how he does that and keeps his job." Not all of the allegations are about the coach's words. 13 Investigates has learned Center Grove schools called the Indiana Department of Child Protective Services in February to investigate a claim that Coach Moore assaulted an athlete. The coach was placed on paid administrative leave during the investigation, and according to the school district, he was reinstated a week later when CPS found the allegation to be unsubstantiated. School officials say the current investigation will likely wrap up by next week, and the findings will then be presented to the Board of School Trustees. The big question is, what, if anything, will happen next? Coach Moore is now in his 18th year as a football coach, track coach, and gym teacher at Center Grove. One of the interesting things about the investigation is it involves both current and former athletes, members of the football and track teams, as well as students who are not on any of Moore's teams and people who work for the school district. 13 Investigates has contacted the coach to talk about the allegations. So far, he has not responded to our requests.
So, Bob, these allegations, they don't sound like they're criminal in nature, and yet the school district has hired outside counsel. Is that unusual?
Well, yeah, it is, and what that really suggests is that Center Grove is very concerned about the type of allegations or the quantity of allegations, or both. We have heard from many people on social media who say they loved playing for Coach Moore and that he was a great mentor to them. So, you know, there's a lot of details we still need to find out.
So do we know how many allegations there are from players, parents, school employees, that sort of thing?
No, we really don't know the total number so far. It's hard to say. You know, some families and staff members told me they're too scared to even speak with the investigator. The school district says anyone who wants to report alleged misconduct against any staff member should talk to their school principal, or they can report it to the school's anonymous safety reporting system. You can do that by phone, text, email, even online. We've got a link to that at WTHR.com.
All right, Bob Siegel, I know you'll stay on it.
We will be following this investigation. There's so many players who've played for this coach and know of him. We will definitely be following this very closely.
Okay, thank you.